Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of A Niger Man's Perspective. I have with me in the studio, or more aptly, uh, across the studio from me, Umar Mamman, who was in my previous video, which I'll put in the description down below, where we talked about the state of the nation. Welcome back, Umar. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm fine. Thank you. We thank God.
Thank
And
you so
you?
much. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Happy Sunday and all of that. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. So
Thank
today,
you.
a lot has been going on in Nigeria, and we talked about a couple of topics offline, and we're looking to discuss corruption. Corruption. Corruption as it pertains to Nigeria. So, from your view, I don't know, how do we start this topic? Corruption, as you know, is very broad. But from your view, what do you think is the major thing causing corruption in Nigeria today?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, viewers. Corruption, in my own opinion and my view, it is basically what has brought this country down. Because when you really look at it, the country has been sinking for a very, very long time, and it's all due to corruption. Most of the reasons why a lot of things are not working in Nigeria is because of corruption. The
Hmm.
educational sector, the health sector, the housing, provision of social and basic infrastructure, in the insecurity. It is all about corruption. You know, a lot of these politicians, they run away from responsibilities, their responsibilities. They are in office, they are there to make sure that they bring out policies that are supposed to be beneficial to the citizens. But because of corruption, they think more about themselves. It now becomes a selfish motive when you look at a lot of things that are going on in this country. We're battling with the issue of the dollar.
Hmm.
When you look at how the previous administrations were round tripping, they fabricate um, companies, and they, you know, apply for dollars from the CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria. Then they go and change this money, putting pressure on the need for dollars. When you look at the oil sector, you have the issue of subsidy payments.
Hmm.
Nobody really knows how many liters is being brought into this country. Nobody knows the amount of crude oil that is being produced by Nigeria. So we're in this mess because the people in government cannot take responsibility and say, okay, let's clean up this mess. Because this mess, they are all involved in it. If you go back and you look at all the people that they've been investigating, from the past presidents to governors, lawmakers, ministers, then the governors, now when they finish their 8 terms, they go and contest for Senate, and they go to the Senate. They don't make laws that will catch them. They are there to protect their interests. Those who cannot go and contest in the Senate, like the former presidents, have their cronies that they try and, you know, impose so that they can protect them. Look at what is going on in Port Harcourt, for example, River State.
Hmm.
You know, Nelson Wauke has finished his term, but he's trying to impose a candidate because of what? He's trying to protect his interest politically, and at the same time, he doesn't want anybody to investigate him. Look at what is going on in Kaduna State. The same thing. So you keep seeing um, godfathers, even before now, previous godfathers. So there's really um, no, how do I put it now? You know, um, Ideals. There's
Mm.
no, vision. The societal decay in the country is so terrible because of this same corruption. People expect you understand where I'm coming from now. You are in the UK, and when you come back, people have this entitlement of you should give them money. And how do you get this money?
Yes.
You have to be in government, and if you are in government, are you going to the money you are going to be getting? Are you going to use it to give people money? So you have to steal money to give people. Look at the system by which uh, elected officials have been elected. You go and campaign. If you don't give money, they will not vote for you. So you have to give money, bribe judges, so that even if you are in court, use all your connections, use whatever means, intimidations to see that you're in power. Once you're in power, you have to make back your money. So the interest of the people now is secondary. So everybody now, because people are looking up to these politicians and so-called leaders, religious leaders, and so on and so forth. But all these people are all their hands are all soiled in this thing called corruption.
Mm.
Sometimes people don't even understand that it's not even about money. Not even speaking out is you are being corrupt.
Mm.
You have people that will come on radio stations and you know um, speak for people that are clearly destroying this country. What is that? You know. So a
Yeah.
lot of times when you look at all these people that they even bring to TV stations, radio stations, these are people that have been either investigated or indicted. Take for instance someone like Bodejo that they keep bringing to the national TV to come and speak.
Mm.
This is someone that has already been prosecuted, gone to prison, he comes out, and the president now pardons him. So he's free after stealing, you know, a lot of money, Nigerian money that could have been used to develop Nigeria. So, the mindset now is just get the money. People don't really care how you get this money. Get this money,
Mm.
then you are respected. Because people are hungry. They've not gone, the educational system is so poor that people cannot people cannot even think anymore.
Yes.
You know? So corruption, it has there has to be an reorientation in the country about the issue of corruption, because other countries are corrupt, but our own is on another level. You are to build a hospital, you squander the money. You are to build a school, you squander the money. You go to schools, you don't have chairs. You go to hospitals, you don't have doctors. Our doctors are leaving because the people that are responsible to make sure that our doctors are within the country are not available, you know. So a lot of times it affects everything that you see, everything, the infrastructure, over bloated contracts. You have a situation whereby ministers give their children's contracts. Just you can imagine
Mm.
a father
So
will give his children
He will give his cronies. It's just a way in which the corruption goes around. And that's why these people cannot, do any meaningful project, and people cannot really feel the effect of a lot of things that they are trying to achieve.
So
So
I have, yeah.
just like how the former president Goodluck Jonathan said, if we don't kill corruption, corruption will kill us.
Yes. So thanks for that, Omar. So I have just a few more questions before we wrap up, because, like I said earlier, corruption is one big topic that can just spiral into different segments of the economy. And you've mentioned health, you've mentioned the political system, you've also mentioned education, and the health system as well. So obviously, it cuts across borders, and it also cuts across different industries and segments. So my question for you is:
Yeah.
do you think corruption is getting better within Nigeria, or it's getting worse?
It's worse. Can you hear me? Can you hear me properly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, and the
It
viewers can hear you as well. Yeah.
it's crazy.
Mm,
It is crazy because now it's a systematic thing. It's a systematic thing.
okay.
The only way you can get good governance is if people, to an extent, people can vote for credible people to be in government,
To be
people
their
that
leaders.
have credibility.
Okay.
You understand? But because of our corrupt minds in Nigeria, and a lot of people who are knowledgeable or who maybe think like me, most of them don't vote. So who are the people that vote? The ignorant, those who are not well educated,
Mm,
those who don't understand that the monies they are collecting during these rallies, campaigns, and votes buying, they are going to collect 100 times what they have given you, because they have to recover this money to be able to stay relevant. You understand?
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's more of like, look at how you most of these politicians become wealthy all of a sudden
Mm,
with their cronies,
mm,
and nobody is talking. There was supposed to be a bill, the whistleblower bill, which they did not finally pass. That was supposed to help to encourage citizens, and to an extent, it started, bearing fruit, because it brought about the about $58 million that was found in an apartment in Ikoyi. That till today nobody's talking about.
mm.
At the same time, the former NNPC official, I've forgotten his name, in Kaduna, which has even been acquitted. Millions of dollars that was found in Sabo, a very high density area, poor area in Kaduna. That they don't have water, and there was lots of dollars found in this. This man was hiding this money. you know so people have this sense of entitlement now. These
Yes.
people, the mentality is they're not going to work. Nobody, when you talk to people now, they don't believe anything is going to work. I don't believe like that. I don't believe. I don't think that way. Because we have to believe that something is going to work. We must
Yes.
start from somewhere. You
Yes.
know. So people have this notion that pay me, let me vote for you, and most of the people that are coming out are so poor. Sometimes they even use these tactics of not even paying workers for a month or 2 months. Then they come and give you 5,000. So 5,000 now looks like they are giving you 100,000 or 50,000.
So would
But
you say
they
there's a
don't know that they are cheating
psychological
you.
So there's this, in a way, there's a
Yes,
kind of like
yes. They
psychological
have
game going on.
weaponized
Yeah,
poverty. So once they get
yeah.
into this office, they get this money. Once they get this money, they now use it to pay whoever it is so that they can get into office.
Mm,
So it's about your money. It's not about um, who is voting for you. Look at the last election. I don't think there's any election that has attracted so many court cases, like from the presidency to the Senate, court cases upon court cases. You know, so it's a systematic problem that
is this?
we
Yeah.
have to admit. The president have to sit down with stakeholders, everybody, former presidents, former governors, present governors, senators, you know, sit down, tell the people we cannot continue this way. We have so much natural resources for us to be talking about all this hunger and all these things, infrastructure, schools.
Mm,
The natural resources. I don't want to believe that God has blessed any country as much as Nigeria because we have basically all the natural resources in this world, almost
mm.
everything, both the human and natural resources. So we have no business being poor. We have
I
no
understand.
business being poor. We're talking about 200 and something, 200 million people. That whatever we are producing within and selling within, we will make money. Beautiful markets. We
Mm.
should be on the level of India. How India is being regarded in the world now, a power player but Nigeria is nowhere to be found.
Mm. So thank you very much for that. So looking to round up now, in a few words, what is the solution? You mentioned a couple of. We've talked about corruption. You've talked about how it permeates through different sectors within the population and the country at large. You've also mentioned
Yeah.
a possible solution earlier when you talked about people going out to vote. But then you've now said even that solution, politicians are also trying to buy some voters and etc. So what do you think, in one or two words, what do you think is the solution to this corruption problem in Nigeria today?
The solution, like I earlier stated, once the president does the needful, because it's their responsibility. If this country doesn't exist, they will not, nobody is going to be the president or minister or whatever position you're going to be in this country. We are seeing how other countries are, going into serious difficulties and, they're not even having to face what their primary assignments are supposed to do. But for me, at the same time, right, the EFCC and other agents, ICPC, and all the necessary agencies that are supposed to be investigating all these people that have been looting the country's wealth. For me, I have this idea. When you call these people, we need to bring back all the monies that they have stolen, all the monies that
Okay.
are abroad. Yes. So if someone is from the north, a Hausa man that has looted money, you call him. You know what? Come and invest in this. We're looking for investors to come and invest in mechanized farming, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what we want you to do. And they monitor you. Spend this money, create jobs. If it's in groundnut processing, in groundnut oil, if it's palm oil, look at the palm oil that is in the east. If it's someone from the east, you say, okay, you know what? Go and build this plant. It costs so, and you've stolen so. This is what you have. Go and build this plant so that we can be producing quality palm oil. If it is in the middle belt, plantain, countries are making money from plantain. Countries are making money from all this food, cattle fattening, fish farming.
Mm.
Wherever location, go and invest in your village with the supervision of the governors, or with the supervision of not the governors, the government.
Yes.
To make sure that you invest this money. Because they will not allow you, so you have to find a way to bring back this money. You know how the people abroad are, the foreign countries. Once that money comes to them, there's a difficulty bringing. Look at the Abacha loot. How many years it's taken us to bring back all his money? They're giving us, and they're giving us conditions and all that. So when
Super,
we start
super
like
point.
that, then the president now has to tell all his ministers, you understand, and all the elected officials, listen, anybody that is involved, I am going to prosecute you. He has
Okay.
to, set an example with himself, his family members, and his ministers that he has appointed. You are the one that
Okay.
appointed. Are you trying to tell me that you cannot appoint people that are competent, and at the same time nobody can eradicate corruption? Corruption will always be until this world ends. But let us try as much as possible to minimize the level
Minimize.
of corruption in this country, so that at
Thank
least
you.
whatever we're doing, our people can see the impact.
Thank you so much.
It's just
And on
an
that,
idea that
on that note, we're going to be rounding up this episode. Thank you so much, guys. I should have mentioned this earlier. Like this video and share it to as
you're
many
welcome.
people in your. You're welcome. And share it to as many people in your social media networks: WhatsApp, IG, TikTok, Facebook. Just send it to as many people as possible, because we want as many viewers to hear this message about corruption. Uh, Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much, Umar Mamman, for joining us. And we'll be
Yeah, you're
rounding up
welcome.
now.
It's nice to
Thank you
be
so
here again.
much. Cheers.
Thank you.